So James, you've racked up a number of starts in recent weeks. How much are you enjoying getting regular minutes again?
Yeah, a lot. Like I said, the last 5 games I've started, so sort of feels like that's my season started since then really. So it's been good to get in the mix of it again, starting, and obviously it's a frustrating one when you're not in the team the rest at the start, but sometimes you just got to be patient. When the opportunity comes, you got to take it, and I feel like I have, and thankfully the performances for myself and the team has picked up, and we're obviously in a better place again now.
Yeah, after your injury at the back end of last season, you've worked really hard to get fit and get back into that team. How do you assess your form at the start of this season?
Yeah, I suppose it was sort of up and down in terms of getting minutes at the end of the games, which obviously we were in a good place as teams, and sometimes coming back from an injury you got to sort of just like I said, be patient and wait for an opportunity. A frustrating one at times, a slower one at times, and you got to make sure when you're training in the week that you're at it and you're staying fit and sharp, ready for when the opportunity comes. Obviously, it came a little bit later than I expected to get my first start, but as soon as it's come, I feel like I've made the most of it, and I'll make that continue.
And looking at the team's current form, obviously back-to-back clean sheets and back-to-back wins in the league, on top of an FA Cup win the other day as well. How important is it for the team to sort of use this as a platform to keep going and build a bit of a run going forwards?
Yeah, loads to be fair. We just want to. Yeah, obviously you go into game wanting to win every game, and if you can get a basis of clean sheets, creating good relationships on the pitch, and the performance will. If you've got the performance there, the results will come. And I think getting the clean sheets back to back, getting good wins against some teams that are tricky as well. It's looking a lot better.
And we're back at Roots Hall this weekend. How much do you enjoy playing in front of the packed crowds that we have there?
Yeah, it's always good. You know we're going to get numbers. The atmosphere is going to be good, and obviously the fact that we're winning at the moment as well is only going to make it more of a buzz. And we just want to win against Brackley on Saturday.
Nice one, thanks, James.
What was your biggest takeaway from the Morecambe game?
I think clean sheet again back to back was good to do. I don't think we've done that for a little while, so that was good. And I think once we got through that first 5-10 minutes, I think we just grew into the game, and I think it was just a good professional away performance where we needed to win, we had to win, and obviously getting 3 goals as well with that was good. So a lot, like I said, creating relationships, a good team performance, clean sheet, 3-0. It's sort of everything ticked from there.
And another week between matches, what's training looked like for you lot in the last week?
Yeah, similar to whatever we do, we sort of always prepare well for games on Saturday. We obviously analyse whoever playing next. So obviously Brackley, we know what they're like in position, out of position, and yeah, we've had a really good hard working training week, and everyone's at it. Obviously not too many injuries as well, which is good. So we're sort of in a squad, and it's in a good place going on Saturday.
And 3 really convincing wins in October. What's the confidence like in the squad going into this game?
As you can imagine, yeah, really high. We're sort of fearless at the moment. I think playing for Southend, you've always got to be fearless anyway, because the fans expect a lot, and that's something that we embrace and we enjoy. And I think, speaking for myself, I'm ready for it, and we just want to keep this going. This run, we want to get in the playoffs and higher. So yeah, we're in a good place. So let's continue.
And Brackley not on the best form at the moment, and also a team that Southend haven't played before. What are the main challenges you're expecting to see from them? Yeah,
like I said, I've not personally played them as well in my past career as well, so it'll be interesting. I spoke to a couple of lads that played them over the years, and yeah, it'll be tricky. Obviously, for them, they'll probably say they've started okay for the season. We look at every team as we give them respect as what we should, but of course we look at ourselves as long as we play ourselves. As long as we play our levels, and especially as we did last Saturday, of course you go in to back yourself, and we'll do our best, and we're ready for Brackley in whatever way they threaten themselves, and yeah, we're just ready.
And when you're up against a team that you haven't faced before, how do your preparations sort of change before the match?
Not too much, to be fair. Obviously you've got a lot of video clips that we can look at nowadays, and like I said, players have played against them over the last couple of years, so word of mouth goes around as well, sort of, and players that they've sort of been at higher levels, and so it's not too different to any other club.
And a win on Saturday, how important do you think that would be for momentum going into your FA Cup game against Wilsden? Yeah,
very good. It'll be very big. So we want to win every game, and we're going into that exactly that. So it'll be really big. So yeah, let it come.
James, great run you guys are on at the moment. What would you say, based from that form in September, what's been the biggest change for you guys this month in these last 3 games?
I don't think a lot, to be honest. I think we weren't doing a lot wrong before, and I think sometimes it goes against you, and I think you just got to try and get yourself out of that run. Obviously, after losing 2, we played against Morton and we had a good performance, and I think from that you just get confidence, and then since then we've just continued that. So not a lot's changed, it's just sometimes it can go your way and you've got to make the most of it while you can. But obviously we would take a game if we didn't play very well, of course we wouldn't get the win, but you can tell confidence is high at the moment, which is good.
And you've touched on it as well, yourself coming back into the squad starting the last couple of games. What's been the key for you for getting back into this starting 11?
I guess as much as I could have was just to be prepared physically as much as I could. Obviously training isn't exactly what a match day is, so I've had to get that while playing. But I try to be prepared as much as possible, and just mentally as well, you've got to be ready for every game and be as professional as possible. And I feel like I've done that, and from that I'm only going to get fitter and sharper, and that's mentally and physically. So the more I play, I'm only going to get better, and obviously I'm in a good place at the moment, which is good.
And we've seen throughout the season a lot when the team news has sort of come in, a lot of this change has been around that sort of midfield. Just give us an insight into how competitive this midfield is for Southend United.
Yeah, it's big. Ever since I've joined it, it's been very competitive. When I first joined, it was competitive before that, and all the names that were here now and that have left previously. And at the start of the season, there was a good 7-8 players fighting for 3 positions. So that's only healthy. That's only good. For me, it's a challenge to make sure that I'm on that starting lineup, and while I'm in that team at the moment, I've just got to make the most of it.
And Monday, I think Mark Kevin may have been 4 years as head coach of Southend United. What's it like working with Kevin on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, really good. And obviously, the fact that he's here for 4 years says it all, really. So managers these days don't really get as much credit or time, do they? I suppose when you look at the top or even at our level. So obviously, credit to him to be in his job this much. And as you can see how we are at the moment, we're in a good place, and it comes from him. So yeah, congratulations to him.
Yeah. And Kevin Mayer called for you guys to be ruthless in the Morton game, which you did with that 3-0 win. How do you go about carrying that on against Brackley Town, who have had limited goals in their games?
I think you have to do the basics well in terms of we've got to earn the right in every way possible. And like I said, they might not score too many, and we were ruthless last Saturday, and a lot of things come into that. But I think if we just turn up, do the basics well. Obviously it's windy today, I don't know what it's like on Saturday. Little things like that, just be ready for, and being at Roots will obviously help us as well. But we're in a good place, and I think as long as we concentrate on ourselves, we'll be fine.
And you've just said as well, in terms of the overweights for the season, Southend, you want to be getting to those playoffs, going beyond that. What do you think is going to be needed this season to go one better than you did last time?
Well, it's obviously to be in that position is very good, isn't it? I suppose when you look at last season and where we are this year compared to last year, we obviously are in a better place on the table. Also, the feel of it is obviously in a lot better place as well. So the squad's thicker, the squad's better, and I think longevity of that will be the key to it. So there's a lot of things that come into it, and even just getting these facilities for a whole season here, it all adds to being in a better place for what's to come at the end of the season. Yeah.
Obviously, you missed the playoffs through injury. Does that make you extra determined to try and get in them this year, or is that an irrelevance now?
No, definitely, yeah. Obviously, it's painful. I suppose in some way to play at Wembley as a footballer is a sort of the pinnacle to get that in your career, and obviously I missed out on an opportunity. Hoping to get that again, if not better. But for me, yeah, the goal is to be a part of a team in whatever way is to get promoted, and that's always in the back of my mind. To be honest, every time I play, it is to push to that.
Yeah, and how hard was it for you personally not being in the team and not even being in the squad at times, only opening few fixtures after being such a mainstay before? How hard is that sort of mentally and then physically when you get the chance after not having many minutes?
Yeah, it's obviously going to affect you in one way or another. Thankfully I've got really good people around me. I've got my wife, my family, and the teammates here have always helped me in that time that I was out of the squad or injured, say last season. So, that's been something that's massively helped me during that difficult time. And like I said previously, when you have that opportunity, you've got to be as ready as possible. You're not going to be as fit and sharp as you'd want to be, but as long as you're wanting to be ready for it and want it, and I had hunger to come back from an injury and maybe prove people wrong that I could still play and get to the levels I did last season. All that is motivating for me, and I tried to do that at Bournemouth, and thankfully I've been in the team since then, so it's been good.
How much do you enjoy that sort of deeper role as well, because it seems to sort of suit you?
Yeah, I guess my quality suits that role a lot, and I get protected around me a lot as well with the back three, and they're two in front whoever plays, so that helps me to be able to sort of show my qualities, and if I can get in the ball as much as possible, that's only going to help me shine, and that's what I try to do in every game really.
Yeah, and I know I always ask you, but I guess you're trying to get back on the score sheet as well, because it's been a while now.
Yeah, you can keep that quiet if you want a little bit. No, it's obviously, it's in the back of my mind as well. Maybe my position's a little bit harder to get opportunities, but I've had a couple of games lately where I'm getting opportunities, so I'm sure that'll come soon.
Yeah, and away from football, a bit of a random question. You come across as one of the more intelligent players that we often talk to. What would you like to do away from football, and longer term, what would you like to do when your sort of football career ends?
I guess my mind wandering. Obviously, I'm heavily involved with church and sort of life outside of that. So that's something that I'm heavily invested in. It's a big part of my life. So who knows what happens with that? I suppose, as you know, I've got a dog as well. So that's good therapy and therapeutic times. And further down the line, I don't really know too much in terms of what I'd like to do. I think football will always be a part of me in some way. Nothing in terms of particularly, I'm quite focused on my football, but there'll be opportunities I'm sure in the future, whatever comes up, but I'm quite concentrated on what I'm doing at the moment, to be honest,